What is up, YouTubers, friends, fiends, and everything in between? It's that Rivi you know from the show Conversation Cruiser. And today, 8 months late, we're going to be celebrating my 10th anniversary on YouTube. Anyway, today we'll be looking at Irene, my 1964 Buick Riviera. This is Irene, bought used in 1970 in San Diego, California by my very own grandfather. Been in the family ever since. I actually had to buy some new hubcaps because one flew off on the San Diego freeway. I actually got two more off of eBay, and they fit quite nicely. And they're the exact same as the originals. And plus, in moving to Reno, Nevada in these last 10 years, I actually got her a vanity plate. Originally, she had her California black plate, but that's beside the point. Fuel goes in there. Because in the 60s and 50s, GM, Ford, Chrysler, they were all coming up with crazy ideas where to put the fuel cap. I mean, because if you put it on the side, it just kind of breaks up the beautiful lines. 1959, the Cadillac had it behind the taillight. 1955, the Chevy Bel Air also had it behind the taillight. Same thing in 56, and I forget where they had it in 57. Anyway, let's move on to the interior, shall we? Pull push button door handle. Manual, everything except the transmission. Got some raccoons here representing fuzzy dice. Original working AM radio. Aftermarket tachometer that my grandfather added. Come on. Actually, no, the tacho's over there. Sorry, my bad. Got the oil and water temperature. God, why is this thing so... There we go. Gas gauge does not work. Temperature gauge does not work. Oil gauge does not work. Speedometer more or less works. Yeah, because when you're doing any like average speeds, like on city streets, it'll bounce between 0 and 140 miles per hour. Never had her up that fast, but I'm curious to take her out to the bottom salt flats eventually and see if she'll actually do 140. I'm sure she's got it in her. Now, when I obtained her after years and years and years of her not running, the horn never worked. But it turns out it was the solenoid, not the solenoid, but the connector that connects the battery to the horn. And a little O-ring instead of the, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. 3-speed automatic transmission. Now I have her original owner's manual, but it's not in here, somewhere in the house. Also, we have the vacuum trunk release. Go around there. So you see I got the extra hubcap, some hosing, jumper cables, lug wrench, don't mess with me. Got some extra oil, transmission fluid, brake fluid, and a spare tire, very bald. And now we move on to the engine bay. Now, in 1964, the 401 cubic inch V8 was not offered. Instead, it was a 427 V8. But this one is a 1963 engine, coupled to a 1965 transmission with a 1964 body. So, yeah, she is a bit of a hodgepodge, and I still love her. Yeah. Had to get a new battery. Had to get this hose replaced because it disintegrated in my hand when I tried to pull it out. Had to get the belts tightened. Had to get the, not the transmission, but I had to get the carburetor looked at. It was running way too rich. Had to get the brake master cylinder worked on and thankfully not replaced. Had to get the alternator replaced. And I got a new exhaust system. Now, it actually had to be scratch made because they don't make they don't make straight pipes for Rivieras anymore, at least I don't think. If you guys are watching this and you know anywhere I can get a set of straight pipes that will actually fit this car, post a comment down below. And we'll look at the exhaust system. Very low car. Mainly because the shocks and the springs are worn out. Whoops, my fingers are in the way. So yeah, two catalytic converters were installed because, well, when I was first getting this car registered here in Nevada, they registered her as a 1970 Riviera, which I thought was total bogus, man. Anyway, so that's all sorted out now, so I actually cut off the rear mufflers at the very back, so it's a foot less of exhaust, so she does have some throat to her. Yeah, I saw the mufflers there in the backyard, in a crate, yeah. I actually had to break off a mirror from my '06 Honda CRV, which we recently sold. That's actually a CRV mirror glass in there, just duct taped in. Very hard to see out of. Even though in 1963, 4 and 5, I think there was no factory option for two side mirrors. I think it was either just one, maybe there were two available, because my grandfather added that one over on the passenger side. He also had a Lincoln seat belts in the front seats, and there were originally no seat belts in the back either. But my dad knew a guy back in Chula Vista, California, who added an extra seat belt on this side for me. Because when I was a little kid, I loved riding in this thing. And I still do love her very much. Yeah, the antenna doesn't go down all the way because it's pitted. Now, for those of you wondering about the Rivi review, it will be happening. I'm not entirely sure when. I'm not entirely sure how. Rest assured, it will happen. Anyway, that's all I have to say about Irene. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do, and I'll see you in the next video. Also, really quickly, before I do end this video, I would like to give a huge shout out to German Idol God here on YouTube. Does Let's Plays, Monster Mondays, Monster Energy Drink reviews. Anyway, yeah, huge shout out to him. He's going to be here on the 21st, at least I hope, if his work approves the time off. And I'll probably be going camping with him too, or he'll be camping with me. Anyway, that's all that's fit to print, and I will see you later.